Hey guys, and welcome to my channel. It's your girl Rach and today I actually want to make a video about prep. What's new? I made one video in the past just kind of talking about starting this channel for prep, so I want to make this video because time is going really quickly and prep is coming up really soon, and I am just kind of getting ready and getting everything I need to start prep and just be ready for day one. So I wanted to share with you all of my kind of prep essentials. I know this is just my personal opinion. It could be different for everybody. I am a bikini competitor, so depending on what class you want to compete in, it might be different. Depending on who you are, it might be different. But these are just the things that I like to have ready beforehand so that when it comes time to starting prep, I kind of feel like I have everything I need and I'm not stressing myself out any more than I need to be. The first and, in my opinion, most important thing you need when it comes time to starting prep is find yourself a good coach. If you're like me, you know what fitness is, but it definitely, when it comes to actually competing, I haven't really done it before. And I think that even people who have competed a lot in the past definitely need someone to kind of have that like outside view of what you look like, kind of tell you what you need to change. And also most coaches have quite a bit of experience when it comes to competing, so get yourself a good coach, someone that you can connect with. Everyone's different, everyone has different personalities, so you might need to kind of look around and find someone that understands who you are, how you function, and just you guys can work together really well. I am with Sean from T-Rex. I have been working with him since the beginning of my first prep, and we've gotten to know each other quite a bit, and it's been good. He gets me. He's very nice, and he's also very much, he tells you how it is, and that's what I need when I'm on prep. And if I mess up or if I'm complaining, because we all know I will, I need someone to be like, this is how it is, this is what you need to do you want it or not? And it kind of just puts me in my place, keeps me humble, and we go about our day, and it's good. So we've been talking quite a bit, just talking about when I'm going to start prep, how it's going to happen, what happens if COVID kind of extends itself and there's like a second wave, all of that. We've talked about it all, and I kind of understand where he's at, he understands where I'm at, and all of that, so it's nice. The next thing that I look for after I found my coach is a good place to do my check-ins. Check-ins are basically something that you're going to do every week or 2 weeks to show your coach where you're at physique-wise, kind of update them on how you're feeling and all of that. I suggest that you use the same place every time to take your update pictures, just so that it's the same lighting or about the same lighting, and it's not gonna change the way you look just based on where you're standing. I definitely recommend somewhere near a natural window, and then like a plain background that's not too, it's not taking away from what you look like. However, I have done it in, a basement apartment when I was living in a basement, in a bathroom with awful lighting. So, as long as it's consistent, try to do it in the same place or very similar places. This prep, I might be doing it in different places, unfortunately, because I'll be moving around. Depending on when I start work, I might have to move to Toronto, but right now I'll be in Burlington, and my very first update picture is going to be in Windsor. So I'm all over the place, but to keep everything nice, I suggest finding a place. With that, consistency is key, so I also suggest using the same scale if you're weighing yourself. Every scale is different, so you want to have a scale that's going to give you the most accurate representation of what you weigh, and if you do change weights, that scale is going to be able to tell you that, because I have weighed myself on 2 different scales and had 2 different answers. So just keep the same scale all the way through. I've had the same scale for a couple of years, so that's just the one I'm using. So the next thing I make sure I have before I start prep is everything I need for posing. So with posing, I need posing shoes. You don't have to buy expensive shoes when you're starting out. I definitely didn't. I went and Googled clear heels on Google. I found a Halloween store. These were $20, and they look just like shoes that you would see other people posing in. If you're just starting out and you don't know if competing is for you, I recommend not spending a ton of money on things like this, because who knows what's going to happen. If you do end up liking it your first year, of course, go ahead and splurge on some nice sparkly heels. If not, I really don't think it's important. These are still really great shape and they fit, and I have no problems with them. So, you know, depending on how this year goes, I might get different shoes, but for right now, I'm not spending any more money than I need to. Okay, so as far as posing too, I recommend finding something that you're comfortable wearing. There's two different suits that you can wear. One is to pose with like a coach, and the second one is to pose for check-ins. So those are probably going to be two different things you want to wear. When you're posing with like a posing coach, it really doesn't matter what you're wearing. A sports bra and shorts would be my go-to, just because I'm not really comfortable being inside of a gym with a bunch of people kind of not looking my greatest and then posing. So I wear shorts and a sports bra. That's never really the same. But when it comes to check-ins, I wear the same thing every time. Just like a regular bathing suit is fine. What you can also do is get an actual posing suit. Mine is from Cage Custom. I just got a regular black one. You can also wear it as a bathing suit, I'm pretty sure. But this just kind of, I enjoy because it has the cut that your competition suit would have. So for a lot of bathing suits, they might fit differently. So I gotta sneeze. Sorry. Okay. Bless me. And I also should have, I'm gonna wash my hands. So anyways, these fit the way your competition suit would fit, which I definitely recommend. Again, not important to spend that extra money, but I just enjoy being able to see what I might look like on stage as much as possible. But as far as tops go, really any top works. So the next thing that I like to have ready before I start prep is everything I need for food. So not like the fresh food, like buying the chicken and stuff, but everything I need to make the food. So make sure you have a good scale that you can use. Have yourself measuring cups and make sure you have everything to make sure so that your meals can be as accurate as possible, because consistency is key and also accuracy is key when it comes to eating. So I recommend doing everything you can to have the right food preparation items. The next thing is get yourself some meal prep containers. You might, depending on how your life is, you might be able to cook all your meals fresh. That's not the life I live. I'm a very busy person, so having meal prep containers is very handy. Again, doesn't have to be crazy. You can get them at the dollar store. Just have something you can pack your food in. The next thing I say is get yourself a water jug. I like just any big jug, anything that has like more than 1 liter, or 1 liter's fine, but you're drinking like 3 to 4 liters of water a day. So the best thing I recommend is getting yourself a big jug so you can really keep track of what you're drinking and how much you're drinking. It helps a ton. Regular bottles are fine, just make sure you're keeping track, because you do want to make sure you're getting the right amount of water in. Water is so important when you're on prep, so drink your water. And the last thing I think is the most helpful thing for me, and I carry it everywhere. If you know me personally, you've probably already seen it. I keep like a picnic basket with me, I guess you can call it. I was at Walmart the other day and I also saw like baby bags, like diaper bags that looked the same, and they were. But I keep like this picnic basket with me. It's insulated. There's stuff in it, but it's insulated. You can keep cold food, warm food. I keep all my food cold, and then I just keep it in my car or wherever I'm going so that I can make sure I have all my meals with me for the day and I don't have to worry about missing a meal. The last thing you want to do is miss a meal. You'll probably be hungry, and then making up for meals sucks. And if you're out and about and you don't have your meal, you don't want to have to opt for something else. It just makes things really hard when you're prepping. So avoid all of that. So let's just say I'm going out to visit a friend for around lunchtime. I bring my food that I would eat around that time plus my next meal just in case. I always bring a little bit later on. So I'll bring 2 meals instead of 1, just in case whatever I do in my day like takes a little bit longer. I'm ready, I'm there. The last thing for food I would say is find yourself some seasonings that you really enjoy. I super duper enjoy bland food, which is kind of weird. I love just plain chicken and rice. I love plain oats. I have no problem eating them. But you know, you can get tired of what it all tastes like. So just get yourself some good seasonings that you enjoy. So number 5, I know I haven't been counting, but I'm pretty sure this is number 5. If it's not. But number 5, I would recommend getting all your supplements ready. My coach gives me a list of the supplements he would like me to take. Most of my supplements are with HD Muscle. I do super duper love this brand. I definitely recommend HD Muscle to anybody who's starting fitness or even just works out regularly anyways. So the people who started HD Muscle are all athletes who compete, and the owner is a coach and he wants nothing but the best for his clients, so he made supplements that he believes are the best and that maximize your workout potential. So I use pre-workouts, like, oh, that's not even a pre-workout. I use pre-workouts. So I have 2 different kinds here. I have a non-stim and a stim. This one's more of like a pump base, so you can really, you know, get that booty looking good. And this one's stim, so I would take this during the day, and if I'm having like a later workout or late cardio, I would definitely do a non-stim pre, just so that I can have the energy to work out, but I'm not up all night. The next thing I use is Glyco. When I have high carb meals, I take a fat burner while I'm on prep, and then I also take some vitamins. My coach also has me taking a few other supplements. Every coach is different, everyone's different, but just have yourself like a little bag and have it all ready for you. When it comes time to prep, you don't have to go out and buy a bunch of stuff. Number 6. So while you're on prep, you're definitely putting your body under a lot of stress. So the thing you want to focus on is just keeping yourself as comfortable as possible. One thing for me is taking Epsom salt baths. In theory, Epsom salt is thought to be able to help with aches and pains, bruises, arthritis, anything like that. So when you're working out every day, kind of being able to heal your muscles is really nice. And Epsom salt isn't proven as something that actually helps those things, but just taking baths in general helps soothe muscles. So I definitely recommend just doing something like that. I like Epsom salt. I like the way mine smells, and I have a few different bags with me, so taking Epsom salt baths are definitely something that I look forward to doing at the end of the day. I don't do it every day, but definitely at least once a week I like to take an Epsom salt bath. So the next thing for me for comfort is finding a hobby that isn't a screen. So that isn't your phone or your computer or, you know, filming or anything, just something that gets you off of any harsh screens. So I recommend finding books that you enjoy, or if you enjoy painting or knitting, just find something that you really enjoy and do that when you have kind of off time. When I prep in the winter, I really enjoy knitting. So I knit scarves and blankets and stuff to keep me busy. In the summer, I'm probably gonna I have a garden I really like to tend to. I have a lot of books that I bought just to start with prep. From what I've noticed myself, I realize that when I go to sit down and watch TV, it activates some sort of snacking need in my head, and I feel the need to munch when I'm watching TV. So on prep, I usually avoid watching TV altogether. The only time I watch something is if I'm doing my cardio. I'll put my phone on, something on Netflix or YouTube, and I'll do my cardio while watching something, but that usually is the only time I watch TV. I don't want to risk putting myself in any uncomfortable positions that I know I'm going to want to do something that I'm not allowed to do, hence snack on foods that I shouldn't be snacking on. So that's my advice. It might be different for everybody. I know some people can just sit and watch TV all day on their off days or do whatever. I'm not that person. I'll definitely have to go out and keep busy. So even on rest days, I'll probably go for like a little bike ride or, you know, go for walks, because TVs just aren't my friend on prep for sure. Number 7, and this goes with number 6 when I was talking about TV stuff, get rid of the junk food in your house. It just makes things so much easier. It's different if you're living with a bunch of other people that buy what they want to buy, but if you're living alone or if you have the luxury of, you know, having your own space for food, just get rid of any of the food that you shouldn't be having. If you don't see it, it might help reduce cravings, and even if you are craving it, you don't have it within reach, and it makes things easier. I'm someone that craves food a lot. I know I have friends that prep that aren't as that the cravings aren't as intense, and that's awesome, but that's not me, so I just get rid of that. And then last but not least, number 8 is just have a good support system. I find that this is the most important thing. Like I mentioned, prep is not easy in any way, shape, or form, and you will have days where you're tired and it feels a little bit off, and having people there that kind of remind you of what you're working for and how great you are really, really, really helps. So have people who understand why you're doing this, that don't have any judgment, and that just support you 100%. The last thing you need is people putting, you know, pie in your face or cake in your face because they don't understand why you're dieting like this or why you're taking it so seriously. Do what makes you happy, find people that are happy for you, and just enjoy prep as much as possible. So start with a good mindset, a good base of people in your life, and just go from there, and you should be doing well. So with that, that's all I have to say. I hope this helped you a little bit and gave you some ideas on what you need to start. They're pretty basic, but it might be something different than what you thought you needed. So that's everything. So I will see you on the other side. Bye.